Well, this is a quick introduction to the new Untitled SpeechWatch. And before I begin, let me show you how it arrives. And then I'll give you a quick tour of it, how it works. When you receive it, this is what you get. It comes in a nice gift box. Watch is inside here, some simple instructions there. Inside this accessories box is your charging cable. It's a USB charging cable. This is just a screen protector. There you have it. I'll give you a tour of what all these things do. 2.2-inch screen. Works like a charm, especially for speech output. So that's how it arrives. Now we have our watch. And let's go a bit of a tour out. First of all, if I look down the left-hand side here, there's a microphone and a speaker. Again, this is a smart watch, so you can use it as a full cell phone. For example, if I flip it over to the back side here, I don't know if you can see it very clearly or not, but right inside here, there's an opening right there. It lifts off, and you can put your SIM card in there. So this becomes a fully functional cell phone. So you can use it for texting, for making phone calls, for GPS tracking, finding restaurants, you name it. Everything you do on your phone, you can do on this. It even has Google Voice. You can speak to it if you want, and it'll take commands. It's like the OK Google, and it'll do whatever you want to do. This is where the adapter or the charger connects to. It looks like this, connects to a USB port, has a little magnetic function. Touch it on there, charge up for an hour and a half, good to go. Coming over to the right side of the phone, this button here is your back button. So like going back to the previous page or screen. And this is your home button, like on an iPad, the brown button at the bottom, or on an Android tablet, the little oval-shaped button at the bottom takes you back to your home screen, which is this. Okay, so here's your home screen. I'm looking at the watch. It's only a 2.2-inch screen, but it's wow. I'll show you in a moment. It's super functional as a speech device as well. Okay. If I don't like this watch face, and I'll change it, I just press and hold it, and I can choose whatever watch face I want. People, places, things, doesn't really matter. Those are your choices of screens. There's all kinds of neat screens. Personally, I really like this one, which was at the very front end here. You can add them as well, but I like this one. Let me find it, and then I'll tell you why I like it. That one's pretty nice too. That's going out for dinner face. But I really like this one because it shows your battery at the top, so we're at 96%. Has my nice date and time, really big, and it has my step counter as well. Note on the back here, this is your heart rate monitor too. It also counts your steps. This is a fully functioning fitness type watch as well, so very cool. Okay, coming back here. Let's give you a walkthrough of the watch itself, the functions. If I sweep to the right, I go into my app mode, and I can see all the apps that are installed. What makes this so powerful is this is a fully functioning Android tablet, no different than like a Samsung Galaxy or anything like that. You can add all the apps you want. That's not a problem. You just add them. The other thing you can do is, if I sweep up here, you'll see there's the Play Store icon right there. So I can add any app or game or whatever I wanted. Or if I don't want to add those, I can add an app to restrict. That's a parent restriction thing. So the user, you may not want the user to have access to all those great features. You can narrow this down to simply being used for speech if you want. Like any other tablet, you can restrict it down to a specific app or apps. So there's a Play Store icon. So I have full connection for that. It has Bluetooth built into it. You'll hear the sound and the volume is very, very good for this phone, or for the watch, because it's quite loud. It's meant to be used as a speakerphone too, so it's loud. Or you could connect a Bluetooth speaker to it. A wearable Bluetooth speaker might be a neat option as well. I have all my apps in here, but most importantly, I have Talk Tablet. So let's start up Talk Tablet. Okay. So what we can do here is I'm showing a couple of things. One is I can show Talk Tablet with or without symbols. And let me show you how I can do that. So we have a message bar across the top. We have a backspace. We have a keyboard button. This is exactly the same as if you have an Android version of Talk Tablet. This is the Talk Tablet Pro app running on the SpeechWatch. Now, we pre-install it before the watch goes out. It actually takes us a couple of hours to get these watches ready before they go out the door. We add a different keyboard, a larger keyboard. It makes it easier to use. We also, if you want, you can use your finger on it, fine. I use my finger for everything on this. Or if you want, we have an accessory. You can buy one of these and you can use this to type on your keyboard as well, and it will speak out.
HDBVGF.
Something whatever you type in there. Okay, so there's your back button. If you want to get rid of your keyboard, or you can press the keyboard. Under settings here, you have all the menu, the exact same menu that you'll see on the normal Talk Tablet for Android tablets. I can change my user. I can go to different page sets. It's all built into here. Everything here. I can add new users. I can do, this is what makes this really important. You can do all your editing, all of your button changes, moving around, everything on the watch. You do not need to use a tablet if you don't want. However, we include with every SpeechWatch a redeem code, so you can use this along with a tablet. So if you feel like you'd rather do your editing on a normal Android tablet and then wirelessly transfer that information, buttons and pages, to this, you can do it. So we give you a free redeem code, which is worth another $80. We give that free with every watch. So you can decide if you want to do your editing on the watch, or you can do it on an Android tablet. You decide. It's just convenient. It has built-in scrolling, of course. The watch has been pre-configured for using a 2x2 grid, but it's not really 2x2 because it has scrolling, so it's really 2 by infinity. But you can change the grid layout to whatever you want. It can be as simple as 1 button or 2 buttons or as many buttons as you want per page with unlimited pages. There are no restrictions. Again, this is a standalone AAC device. Okay, so you have the message bar across the top. If I want to use that, I can just touch on that.
I want.
And the things pop into my message bar. If I want, I can also
I want.
Bring up my keyboard. I could say I want to go to the store, so I can combine symbols and text. Again, no different than our Android app. The scrolling's built into it. Or if I decide I don't want to see that message bar, I really don't need it, I can go into Settings, Default Styles, turn the message bar off, and go back. Now I have no message bar. So I might decide I'm just going to use it this way because I don't really need a message bar. I'm going to use phrases that I already have.
My phrase is, I don't know.
There you go. Okay, so again, I'm showing the symbols on the buttons. What's important to get across with this video is that if you're an adult with Parkinson's and you think symbols are too simplistic and you simply don't want them, you can take them off. All of them at the same time. This is another new feature. So if I go into Settings and I go into Global Button Settings and I come down here and I say, where is it? Right there, Hide Pictures. You see that? I'm going to put on Hide Pictures and I'm going to check that box and I'll hit Save. And every button has just text on it. Now, this button is actually a page button because it opens a new page of buttons.
Heard.
See how that works? So I can also, if I want, globally edit all of my page buttons at the same time as well. And we have a setting for that too. So if I go into Settings, Global Page Settings, and this also applies to the buttons that open new pages, I can do the same for that if I wanted to as well. And I will choose Hide Pictures, hit Save. Do you want to do this? Yes. And now you can see Hurt doesn't have a symbol either. In fact, there will be no symbols on any of the buttons. So just like that, if you decide you don't want to use symbols, you want to keep it text-based for whatever reason, cosmetically, go for it. You can change the background colors. Again, full scrolling. It does change size and orientation. There's really nothing this watch can't do. It's a phone. It's an AAC device. You can have full editing functions, heart rate monitor, step counter. And again, I will emphasize, you can delete all of that. So the user has only access to speech if you want, if it's being funded by Medicare or Medicaid or health insurance. Last thing I want to mention is this phone, the Talk tablet on here on the SpeechWatch, has complete access to our cloud server, no different than our Android and our iOS versions of our software. So you can log into our cloud server. You can upload and download any one of 6,000 files that are on our server. You can create your own custom SpeechWatch templates if you want. You can share those with others or keep them private, whatever you want to do. There is no restrictions in this. This is the only AAC watch available worldwide, and it is available today.